I said anything. Let's move on to more important things. The Elder Brain's hive mind has grown to monstrous proportions. And through the Crown's magic, it has complete control over each and every member. It was intelligent before, but now, with its hive mind established across the city, it is well on its way to becoming indestructible. You should reconsider your attachment to your physical form. You have seen what an illithid can do. Imagine some of that could be in your grasp.
Jak sa tvári? I don't think so.
But just enough to enhance your potential. And believe me, it will radically increase our chances of success against the Elder Brain. Think on it.
As you drift into sleep, you feel a certain disappointment. The Mind Flayer was very quick to abandon its attentions on you.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I've had my eye on you. Hot as brimstone, jagged as lightning, and seething like the river Styx. But there's something missing, isn't there? You're hungry for pleasures beyond this plane. Something more satisfying than mortal flesh, blood, and bone.
I'm listening. I'm quite content, actually. Whatever you are offering, I'm not interested. Sounds delicious. What are you suggesting?
The ecstasy of agony, the pain of the damned, distilled into pure bliss. Beyond every climax you've known, the little death writ large. Smile, and I'll come to you when you put your head down to rest. I will sate your most forbidden lusts. Or don't, and know the eternal ache of the unknown and the
Budete mať sex aj s Mizorou? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm involved with someone else. Oof. What's the catch? What are you getting out of this visit?
The same thrills I offer you. Some experiences are better when shared. Then we'll keep it our little secret. Hand to beating heart.
Emptying. Smile.
Be ready.
Okay. Alright. Konečne nejaké pozitívum. Žiadne chobotnice. Diablica? To je ale už niečo iné. Vie, možno hneď ju povýšili, tak bola sukubou. Má nejaké skúsenosti. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Pani, že zrovna 10 minút dozadu som hovoril, že škoda, že nemôžete mať sex s Mizorou. Well... Ja som pochyboval o Larianoch.
Don't know about you, but them big metal bastards really put me off my flow.
Well, well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story.
I heard all about your article and I want you to shut it down.
Well, you should have considered that before disgracing yourself in public. Trafficking refugees into our city is hardly a good look, especially when so many are absolutists and murderers. The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the fists do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over.
Who told you this nonsense?
I would never reveal my sources, and certainly not to the likes of you. Besides, you're too late. The headlines are loaded into the print works already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox populi, vox dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
Why, yes, Edvard.
Hmm.
Can I call you Edvard? Well, Edvard, I do support Lord Gortash's campaign. For several reasons. Why, yes. I'd love to do an interview. Oh, sorry. Thought you were one of the mouse journalists.
Ty bere do huby Vox Populi? No, počkaj. Tak ja sa tam nejak dostanem.
The hostel's up that way. You won't find better around here, unless you can pay for it.
I bet that hostel lady wouldn't make you clean the dishes.
Nope.
If you say so, mate.
Not yet.
Hmm.
If this lot have got a problem with the Gazette, they should take it up with the editor, not make a scene in the streets.
Vox Populi bola show s nogom Piškom skrúsaným a Tlučkovou. Fakt? To už si ani nepamätám.
Baldur's Gate's never going to be safe with the Absolute out there. Why would the Gazette lie?
Hej, Vox Populi. OK. Si fakt nepamätám.
Kinda terrifying that the likes of...
No point reading the Gazette. You might as well be reading the wall.
Pamätám si Teleswalking. To nie.
The paper says we're safe here, but we're not. We may as well be outside the walls with the Absolute.
Potri štart a Teleswalking. Hej. Ty si pamätám.
I'll never understand people who don't want to be famous. The more the people like you, the more you can get away with.
To je hodne jednoduchá logika. Slečna, to si moc nedotiahli ďaleko.
Will Ravengard, the stain of Baldur's Gate. To think your father's blood flows through those damnable veins.
Cordular Elta. By the nine hells, what are you on about?
Lady Mazora told me everything. How you slaughtered your own father. How you crave his power. How you mean to make the city bow to you and you alone.
Lady Mizora? Akože, what?
Ghoul. Eltan,
Shut it! My family's duty is to Baldur's Gate. I won't have the Hell's Errand Boy poison my city!
I believe Ravengard is still alive and I intend to save him.
Stand down. I believe you. The Battle Lord help me. What darkness has fallen upon us? Will, there's something you should know. On his way from Elturel, Ravengard sent a messenger with word of the cult. He knew about the Absolute. I thought little of it at first, but as usual, he realized the danger before anyone else did. He understood that if the cult would be successful in raising an army, Baldur's Gate would be doomed. And he knew that to protect the city, one trained in the ways of the champion would have to rouse the worm living beneath. If I'm not mistaken, that would be you.
Rouse the worm living beneath? To sme zabili. Worm, do you mean there's a dragon living under the city?
A bronze dragon, to be precise. He sleeps beneath us, even now, awaiting a hero to rouse him. The worm goes by many names. Ansor, the waiting storm, the heart of the gate. He promised Baldurin he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened, but just the once. Since then, the city faced countless threats, but the Baldurians overcame them all. There was never any need to call upon the worm. Until now. This is the greatest threat Baldur's Gate ever faced. Your father was right. We need Ansor's help. With him gone, the worm's awakening now falls to you.
Take this. The legend of Ansor. The bards call it a tall tale, but every last word is true.
Let it set the path before you.
Do you mean Ansur is dead?
So once more fortune turns against us. I should go, gather
allies.
We'll join you in your hour of need. The fate of the city now rests with us. May your father's courage be with you. And may we drive the Absolute forever from the coast.
You need to get the help of the legendary dragon. We killed the dragon. Oh no. Once again, we don't have enough luck. Let's stand side by side together.
Ansur is dead. There will be no great tempest roaring through the skies, no dragon redeemer to save us. What hope then for Baldur's Gate? Without the great worm's aid, is the city doomed to fall?
You braved the worm's lair, seeking a savior. Yet it was you, all of you, who vanquished the undead abomination which Ansur became. You are more powerful than you understand. It is you who are the Tempest. It is you who are the heart of the gate.
Hate to say it, Will, but I agree with the Mind Flayer. Baldur's Gate doesn't need a dragon. It needs you.
You're right. We are the warriors who'll slay the Absolute. We are the guardians who'll defend this fair city.
Here, here, victory will be ours. We will smite the Absolute.
Yes, the brain will fall, and the people will hail us as champions.
I could even claim my father's own ducal title and carry his banner after this.
Grand Duke Will Ravengard, Marshal of the Flaming Fist, the city's truest defender.
You think the city will welcome you as Grand Duke? Horns and all?
The Absolute's end would be the guarantee. Devilish visage be damned.
If I were to call myself Grand Duke, no patriarch would deny the claim.
Fear your lust for power could get the better of you. You are a hero, not a politician.
You're right. I fought to right the wrongs of the coast, to slay the monsters that hunt the helpless.
What good is a champion who puts himself above the people? What good am I as a politician just out of reach? There will be no Grand Duke Will Ravengard, and there will be no Blade of Frontiers. I am now the Blade of Avernus. For as long as demons and devils imperil the Sword Coast, they will be my prey.
Rýchlo mení názor. Hail the Blade of Avernus.
A calm settles over you. The Elder Brain is a menace, but with the Blade of Avernus at your side, you know you will triumph.
The Blade of Avernus. A new name for a changed man. The four pillars finally rise within me. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. I'm not to abide them, but to become them. But enough reflection for today. I'm of a mind to celebrate. A hearty meal would do the trick. A few hunks of fresh venison, a round of brown ale. What do you say?
Sounds heavenly.
You hunt the deer, I'll scrounge up the ale. Prepare your belly for a roast a la Blade. Let's hope Gale doesn't take offense if I assume cooking duties. Just the once.
What are your plans as a Blade once the Brain is defeated?
I scout both the Hells and the Coast's havens. And I destroy every fiend that dares put its eye on Faerun.
Will takes a sharp breath. He's keeping something from you.
There's more to your plans than you are letting on, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I will be hunting Mazora. I won't let her claim one more soul, slay one more victim. I'm going to make my way to the Hells and tear the horns right off her damned head.
V tom prípade mu nepovedzme, že s ňou máme niečo túto noc. Are you sure you're ready? Once we deal with the Brain, Mazora will take your powers. Let it go, Will. There are better ways to help the people of the Sword Coast.
Part of me wants to argue, to insist that I'd be killing Mazora for the good of the coast, but I can't. Not when I know I'm killing her out of revenge. You're right. I won't target Mazora. But should she cross my path in Avernus, I'll cut her to ribbons before she can so much as groan Zariel's name.
Strašne rýchlo mení názory teraz, mi príde. Let's talk about other things.
You know what? I'm glad they posted me out here. Those writers were starting to piss me off. All the incessant, inane chatter.
Ja ma tam jumpnúť. Ale si to... Wait, what? Že tam neviem doskočiť.
Well, well, well.
Niskarla.
The streets were packed.
Keep a blade close. Let's go.
No one's stopped me yet.
I'm rather enjoying the white. Maybe you should give it a try.
Nepresvedčilo. Vydala quest. Murder target Cora.
No, I must say this.
Wait a second.
Why, yes, Edvard.
To trpaslík vypadá, že by mohol byť ten vrah.
I do support Lord Gortash's campaign for several reasons.
No. I'd imagine not.
Why, hello there. We were just about to try some of Master Metzley's delightful wines. Would you care to join us?
Oh, they do look ever so tasty.
Ah, Mrs. Highbury, I prefer to conduct tastings individually, so I may assess your palate.
Call me Cora, Master Metzley. And I'm afraid I must insist on their joining us. Wine's no good without company, after all.
The wine scent is almost sickly sweet, with an acrid note just on the periphery.
Yep, it's on.
Poison.
I've smelled many wine in my time, and this one's full poisons. I think it's only polite that we let Master Metzley drink first, or should I say Dolor?
No. Who on earth is Dolor? I must say, if this is a practical joke, it's not very amusing.
It was perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You have sullied it with knowledge, made it an unclean sacrifice. I will remember your face, and I will peel it from your skull should you interfere again.
You going nowhere, brother. Naozaj sa snažíš ísť invisible. Ach sa ukáž. Že som si zabudol dať pasívky úplne. Ups. Dobre, potrebujeme zabiť toho pravého. Kam? O, neho to knockblower. Neho to prounlo. Nice. And he's dead. Títo fakes sú tu stále. Ich zabíme. Karlach dostala čo? Paralýzu? Je. Dogo. Už do prdele. Byl sa šikovný dogo. Príliš blízko všetci. Jedno. Á, to sú ďalší doppelgangery. Ne, chudák pes. Sa ne. Vyskúšali water elementála. No, Karláško. Či sa do nich vieš, čo máš robiť. Tam je aj enlarge. Nebude treba. Nie, frenzy, ideme na to. My sa počítajú za čo, doppelgangery? Monstrosity. Ok, či oni nie sú Fiends ani nič podobné. Holy shit, ženská. You're destroying them. Okay, pes prežil, nice.
Moving in.
Pozrime sa, čo mal Dolor u seba. Poison. Okay. Supreme Healing. Wow, to vidím prvýkrát. 30 až 60. Bodky, čo dávajú Dimension Door. When you land a critical hit with this weapon, it deals additional 7 damage. Following text is printed haphazardly on a torn, bloody page titled Search of the Unholy Assassin.
Pathways, Sicarius, and a location. We should find this Kendall Hallow place.
To sú ruky všetkých obetí. Zapísalo. Need Candle Hallow's quiet tomb slice a path to murder's booms. If entry down below your aim, seek trigger hidden by a frame. Sicarius the door awaits to admit those who seek their fates. If to continue you insist, show a trophy rent from wrist of sacrifice for our Lord planned. Present death's night, bloodied. Mirror blood obscures the poem's final word. Bloodied hand, I see.
Let's move.
Tombstone shop key. Interim report. The scared dwarf is a promising candidate for unholy assassin, though he is personally crude. His methods of homicide are artistic and even innovative. He has set up a deadly wine festival to eliminate his next target, and I, for one, will be observing it closely. Sharar call. Oh.
see the bloke who ran through here. Either mad or drunk, maybe both.
Very well.
Can you believe it? I thought this would be a civilized event.
The Highbury household, stocking exactly where it needs to be. All preparations have been perfectly fashioned just so. Weather's looking lush. The festival's going to be a beautiful day for a bottle, mark my words. Once we are finished, we will make sure to leave our agreed percentage in a secure location nearby for our distribution to charity. It's an absolute pleasure working with you both. Best on tour. Dear Skoro and Rogar, a pity that I cannot make it to your celebration. I have sent my best aged wine in my stead, or you may celebrate without me. Store it in the basement, and it will age like, well, you know. The greatest regrets. Oops. Letter scrolled in unsteady loop-seat hand. Lovely home you have got here, Miss Highbury. Lovely husband, lovely orphans. In your care, lovely, lovely, lovely. Practically lovely. You take care now. It's a very lovely letter.
I am so glad that monster was stopped.
Oh, me too, my love. Me too.
Dali nám 1000. Milé od nich.
Oh, me too.
Ešte ďalší prispieť.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping Cora. I couldn't do any of this without her.
I am...
Mana ináč nakoniec ten... Som za toho elementála ani nešiel v boji, čo on má? Roll 3 Trident Forge of glistening eyes at these targets and creates ice surface on impact. Čiže on má AOEčko. Ty casty AOEčka. 3D8, ok. Alebo hádže svoju trident. Bad.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Don't see the point. Staying informed seems super stressful.
Defender of the people.
Don't burn yourself.
I've got a long road ahead.
Ja tu teraz nemám... Oh shit. Tu nemáme Shadowheartku, tak nemáme 8. Nevadí.
Don't waste a step.
Might be useful. Certainly the last wine festival we'll be hosting.
Hearing you say that stresses me out more than the Gazette, mate.
Handbag. Už tam tie ruky nie sú, ale môžeme ich tam dať naspäť. The Legend of Ansur. Baldur's Gate, Great Balduran's birth. All Balduran found their due veneration. His guardian dragon Ansur, tremendous in his word, savior below, or eternal elation. To Wormway, neath prison deepest level, to be found by not a soul nor devil. Entrance in Wyrmrock's prison. With a lightning shock, a true hero spark flickers. The torch is alight. Takže sa to dalo aj cez tie torče lightningom, takže nápad to som mal správny. OK, my sme tam vliezli cez to bolo cez takú dieru, čo sme tam našli vonku. Je tam ešte jedna cesta. Something about sparks and torches, use lightning skills. Its trial not common adventures may exceed. And each day sends forth new ones to their fate. But one great hero, by the founders will decree, shall only once grant our age of heart of the gate. Only a great hero can pass the trials and awaken Ansur. Yeah. To nešlo podľa plánov. Lebo niečo našiel.
What a day. Let's be quick.
Jak si môžem také malé veci hádzať? What the fuck? Vidíte to ostatní. Som si hodil, že 3 a 6. Počkaj, nemám? Mám to tu savenuté? Ešte niečo som tam minul. Teda myslel. Posledný save je ešte, keď žije Dolor. OK, tak to nič. In resistance to all damage. OK, to bude veľmi silný potion. Čiže akýkoľvek damage, čo budete dostávať, bude polovičný. To je hodne OP. Myšľam, čo bol ten druhý perception. Lanternami nič. Náhodou nebol. Vypadá, že je ďalší vchod. Tu je tajná vchod. A to nie je ani tajná chodba, to je klasická chodba.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
Merchant's Almanac. Book advising merchants on trade routes by one Roger Highbury. Hey, Roger Highbury.
Certainly.
Bude asi všetko. Väčšinou, keď máte tajné chodby a podobne, tak tieto obrysy vám končia takto, že sú predelené a podobne. Aj keď si hodíte na perception, tak je nejak zistiť. Tí elementály majú strašne obrovský hitbox. I keď vám stoja v ceste, tak sa ťažko targetujú veci. A jak sa pripomenula. Ja tu sedím a čakám na ten sex s tou démonkou. A už sa pripomínaš, že to no, blíži sa pomaly polnoc. Koniec streamu. Čo tak dá ten sex s tou démonkou? Hello, what the fuck? Myslel som všetok sex. Dobre. A problém je, že väčšinou chodím odpočívať na long rest, keď vyčerpám akoby spell sloty. A ja tak trochu akoby sme odpočívali teraz nedávno, čiže spell sloty máme, potrebujeme kombat, aby sme si ich vyčerpali a potom môže byť sex. Alebo budeš musieť prísť na budúce. Letter penned on a Fisher Flaming Fist parchment. Thank you, Cora, for taking Molly under your wings. I wish there was another way I could stay and look after her myself, but when the fist calls, I have to answer and I will be back before you know it. I'm sure I have got Efren looking out for me. After all, yours vigilantly, Jacek. Letter penned on the official flaming Irko, I have tried to write this twice now and I think it's best to be plain. Jacek is dead. Drow and hobgoblins stalk through our ranks. Burn Valkin's Rest to ash. Valkin's Rest to je úplne v prvom akte, to čo sme našli vypálené. Whatever you tell Molly, just make sure she knows her dad is the bravest most ever lived. A helm watch her heart and home. Well, malo rýchly koniec.
A little souvenir.
Indeed. Darmo musíš dlhšie hrať. Takže môžeme sa aj kľudne vychrápať asi teraz, len... V tejto hre akoby nechcete príliš abuzovať až tie long sleepy. Bez toho, aby ste mali o tej hre akoby plný knowledge, lebo je tu zo pár questov, že keby ste permanentne long sleepovali skoro, tak ich misnete. Legendary player book. The dust on its cover seems to catch every errant beam of sunlight. What'll it be? What is this? Sú časovo obmedzené. Niečo také, že keď ti je povedané, aby si niečo urobil a ty sa na to vysereš a pôjdeš long restovať, tak si to môžeš zmeniť, pohnojiť a podobne. Alebo že sa to dá vraj úplne misnúť. Neviem teraz, ktorý quest by to mal byť, ale aj Jordi mi to spomínal. Že také tu sú. Akože ja som za, ja by som dával ešte väčšie reštrikcie, lebo akože mne príde trochu hlúpe, že miniete napríklad si 1-2 spely a hneď pôjdete longrestovať, alebo čo. Ľudia radi abuzujú to longrestovanie na power gaming. Takže niektorým vendorom sa proste po longreste automaticky doplňa inventár, takže oni si skupúvajú takto napríklad tie elixíry zo začiatku, ktoré ti dávajú silu na 21 v prvom akte. Takže dáš long rest, u etelky máš 3 elixíry, boom, kúpiš. A znovu, a znovu, a znovu. A zrazu máš niekde 12-15 elixírov, ktoré ti idú do long restu až, dávajú ti silu na 21. To znamená, že taká karlách zrazu bude hitovať v prvom akte úplne bezproblémovo. Takže tá difficulty ti automaticky klesa toho prvého aktu. Ľudia to na veľa vecí takto abuzujú. Takže whatever. Mne to nejak nevadí. Podľa mňa je OK, keď hra sa dá power gameovať. Podľa mňa je, ako to povedal Tim Kane, čo robil na Falloute, podľa neho je úplne v pohode, ak niekto vytvorí build alebo niečo v hre jeho, ktorý je úplne broken, ale čo je podstatnejšie je, aby neexistoval build v tej hre, ktorým sa to nedá prejsť. Súhlasím, to je podľa mňa podstatnejšie. Whatever, nech majú ľudia fun. Keď si chcú urobiť nejakú opis sračku, nech urobia. Why not? Ale nech je to prejditeľné. So všetkým. Mi pripomína, že on hovoril napríklad story, kedy robili jedno RPGčko v 2002-2003. Dali to Q&A, outsourcili nejakej spoločnosti a tá spoločnosť, oni jej napísali akoby tej spoločnosti samozrejme scenáre, že čo majú ako testovať. Tá spoločnosť proste im neotastovala, to bolo fantasíčko a neotastoval im Barda, pretože Barda nechcel nikto hrať. Keď im to proste nakázali v rámci kontraktu. Celkom funny. Takže Bard bol úplne rozjebaný v tej hre. No sa na tom celkom smial.
They removed the Baldur's Mouth puzzle section. That was the best bit. And for what? An interview with some lord. I don't care what he's done. I just want my letter games back.
Ináč to veľa tých Q&A spoločností stojí za vyliš prdel, však to sa videlo aj pri tej rumúnskej, čo robila Q&A na Cyberpunk. Takých je veľa. Že niektorí robia dobré, niektorí horšie, a že preto každý tí game developeri väčšinou hovoria, že je najlepšie mať Q&A pod kontrolou, čo je vo firme. Máš tomu prístup. Bo oni ti len dajú nejaký výstup a dúfáš, že to, čo hovoria, je pravda.
Those agents of the Absolute aren't gonna act themselves. Now leave me to do my job, eh?
Don't look down your nose. It's got to be done.
Napríklad ten Tim Kane, on bol potom pozvaný a pomáhal robiť na Outer Worlds, čo robili akože bývalí ľudia, čo robili na starých Falloutoch. A hovoril, že to prešiel asi 18 krát, jak to on sám testoval za všetky totálne crazy buildy. Tak to má vypadať.
All right there, Chief. Can I interest you in a copy of our fine broadsheet?
Kámo, predal si mi to.
Come back tomorrow if you fancy fresh news.
Každý mi dáva nejaké news. Read. A great time and a barrel of laugh at the wine festival hosted by the El Song Tower. Priests of Jörgel and Olma announce completion of Sound with Terror posthumous autobiography.
Yes, it It's Bone Cloaks. I'm Balin. Hello. Nice to meet you. We sell all sorts of ingredients and goods.
Go on, Balin. Get on with it then.
Týchto predsa poznám. Prečo sa ku mne chovajú, ako by sme sa nepoznali? Však to nie sú náhodou tí, čo boli u Mykonidov?
It's you. I never forget a face.
Yep. Je taká nasraná, veď sme jej zachránili manžela.
Noble stock is why the customers came. We were out in our arses soon enough without it. Too bad my worthless fella couldn't get one simple thing right in his life.
How are you and Balin getting on?
He's wrecking my head as always. Makes himself useful with a broom from time to time at least.
Are you glad to be back in Baldur's Gate?
Oh, sure. Cultists on the loose, a murderer hacking people to bits, and big metal freaks stomping hither, thither, and yon. Couldn't be more delighted.
Tak ukáž, čo máš. Máš niečo nové? Nemá nič nové, dokonca jej ani neresetli peniaze. What?
Always room for more?
Hold on, tu máte čestilu, pozerám.
I've got to finish this now.
Jak sa bojí svojej ženy. Got to finish this, bye bye.
Keep your distance, darling. Leave no tracks.
Ježiš, ak sa tu zgrupli, tak to sa nedá normálne. Celú školku zo sebou vláčim.
Delicious. Subtle steps. Let's prowl.
Je len nejaké ingrediencie. Veľa ingrediencií.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Here we go.
Sharp as ever.
Ale tam kľúč odtiaľ to myslím, ale to opýtnem. Kde ho mali, myslím, niekde na poličkách.
Step lightly.
stena vypadá fake. A stena je fake. Tam je lever. Preparing brews. Back off. Back off. Oh, sugoj. Wow. Majú hodne veľkú laborátko. Labko. Laboratórií. Counting house safe number 3.